Hi guys, it's Max, Dan, and Rowan here from Kaizer Vanguard, and today we're here for the 10th episode of the Kaizer Vanguard podcast, a podcast where we look at the card reveals from the previous week and today's stream. We look at the new effects, look at news for Vanguard Zero and the anime, and then we just chat a load of shit. So,
I'm here too, by the way.
did I not say you were here?
No.
I thought I said Max, Belf, Rowan, and
No.
Oh.
You didn't say me.
Yeah,
Well,
you didn't.
oh well, and Belf's here as well apparently. He's
No,
sort
we
of
got
here.
important people, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. So, this week we have had some of us meet up for the first time. So, I met up with Rowan this weekend, and we played exactly 0 games of Vanguard. Mainly because we were with our partners, and that would have been very nice. But, Rowan, you've had some in real life Vanguard this week, and I think Belf has as well. Is that right?
Yeah.
Me and Belf met up, and we played a couple of games. I cheated against him in a premium game that's up on the channel, as people will see. You won't see until you get to the end of the game, so I recommend you watch all the way through it.
It is
And
a
then
really
realise
good
how I
game.
cheated. It was until I cheated.
Cheated by mistake, though, yeah?
It was, yeah. To be fair, I didn't actually know. So basically, Blue Espada Dragon has a on-call skill that you have to use, which mills the top 3 cards of your deck. I didn't realise that it was a have to. I thought it was a choice.
Ah.
So I would have decked out if I used it, that's why. But obviously, I put them into my deck for Loire's skill, so I obviously just would have put 2 different grade 1s in.
I mean, that is the best.
Done the same thing.
That is the best way of losing the game, though, right? Deck it out, because it means you kill
Oh, yeah.
yourself rather than your opponent killing you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, this week, Dan and I have been playing a few games of Vi Schwartz, just for a change of scenery.
Disgusting.
Yep, we are. But I mean, don't worry, because in a couple of months' time, when the Bang Dream sets comes out, you can play Vi Schwartz in Cardfight Vanguard, which is going to be absolutely amazing. The reveals.
Did we not get a confirmation that it's not coming out in English?
It's not
feel
had.
like we
It's
did.
not been confirmed. It's not confirmed that it's coming out in English yet.
I
But-
thought we got a confirmation that it wasn't specifically.
Well, I mean, Bushiroad said
It might
lots
have
of
been.
things
It
in the
might have
past.
just been a dream of mine, like a wonderful, wonderful dream.
It doesn't exist. I don't
Yeah.
think so.
We had like confirmation that Set 10 is coming out in
October, isn't it?
yeah, it's coming out in October the 30th,
Yeah,
which is the same month as Set 9.
and the MLB deck.
Yeah, but that's all in 1 month. But we have no English confirmation date for the Bang Dream deck.
Yep,
Thank God.
great. So,
Yeah.
this week in Vanguard, we have got the stuff for the stream about Vanguard Zero first. Rowan, you know about this, and none of us do. So, do you want to discuss what
So,
these dinosaur guys are?
Yeah. So they finally decided to release Tachikaze in Vanguard Zero. It's going to be an event deck like the Grand Blue, Neo Nectar, and Spike Brothers ones that we've already had. It's alongside Mega Colony as well, which is on the next slide. Well, yeah, it's Mystery Man with curly hair, who might be screaming Kogeki at us. We're not really sure. But yeah, we've got Mega Colony and Tachikaze coming to Zero, basically, in Japanese. So we'll be like a couple of months behind this. We've got our second Spike Brothers event to come before these, so it'll be at least the beginning of next month, like the very earliest.
Great.
Other than that, Vanguard Zero-wise, not much has happened. We got tournament mode, which is basically just you win 3 games in a row and you get these special ticket things that you can trade in for some triple rares or some alternate arts of commons that are already out. But we were supposed to get Alice and Starcall Trumpeter, or Stardust Trumpeter, whichever the grade 2 is, as season rewards, but they've pushed us forward so we could get Ezel early. And now we can get Alice and the Trumpeter from this tournament reward thing instead.
Very nice.
Other than that, not much is happening in Zero-wise. I mean, we've got new clans as well, but everyone knew they were coming anyway, and they're all still worse than MLB anyway. Ezel is a hard contender, but other than that, they're all worse.
In other news, one of the really nice things, and my favourite thing about Vanguard at the minute, is mine and Rowan's romantic little Vanguard Zero if dates that we have on Saturdays, where we watch Vanguard if and then join on Discord together and have a chat about the episode. in the last episode, we got to see Kyo as the jammer, and it was it was a really dark episode in a lot of ways. There's a video on the channel where you can watch mine and Owen's thoughts on it. Um, so we'll not go too far into that. But next week, Blaster Blade is in the center image, so it's going to be a great episode, and it will be
I'm
better
sure
than any
he's
of the
just
others.
going to get knocked out straight away.
That never happens. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is it me, or does Suiko look weirdly like Aichi there?
Yeah.
Like, she looks very strangely like
Yeah.
Aichi.
Yeah, she kind of looks horrifically off model.
Yeah. The Shuka is looking more and more like Chrono every time I see her as well, which puts me on edge a little bit. I'm
I
really
mean,
scared there's
they
gonna be
are.
one of those stupid swirls under her hat.
That's going to be how they reveal like who she really is.
And we've got Ibiki, of
I'm
course,
pretty
who's
certain-
disgusted by PDA with Emi
yeah.
and Shuka.
I'm pretty certain next week's episode is supposed to be about how Emmy and Shuka met as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be a flashback episode.
Flashback
'cause
episode.
We love those.
So if you are interested in watching that, join us on Saturday, and we will be
I'm not.
discussing that. Belf's got crap taste, and he's going to watch something else. He's going to watch Shadowverse instead. That's his favourite series.
There's also a very decent chance I actually won't be here on Saturday.
Well,
It may be an
might just
episode
be-
of just Max talking to himself.
but if it is, that means I'll have a chance to edit the video properly, like I did a couple of weeks ago, and it will get copyright
Oh,
claimed
yeah.
again, which will be lovely.
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you,
I mean, we're not
Bushy
getting
Road.
paid anyway,
No.
so it doesn't matter.
But please do look forward to that next Saturday. Big news. Japanese letters. Wonder what it could
Ban
be.
list.
It's a ban list.
It's a changing of the restriction list in Japan. So the way that I see it, or at least my predictions for it, is Zazan is finally getting in the fucking bin. That card is ridiculous and should not have been printed, and it should never ever get printed in English. Please, just throw all the copies in the bin. Make them very shiny coasters.
But it's
I think
so
that's
cute.
I think that's what they're going to be doing in premium. We could maybe see a Dark Irregulars hit, like maybe a choice restriction between Gastile and NLK, just because of the combination of those, and you get to restand all of your stuff with the new Sharot. Like I've tested the deck, it is actually insane.
Yeah.
Like,
The
because
other.
you
Go ahead.
you normally had to burn 15 cards in your soul and lose all of your soul to restand your board with Master of the Fifth Element. Now you don't, and you still get to keep NLK skill, and you keep getting to suck things in and out with Number of Terror, and you can just suck in Enigmatic Assassin and call it out and just keep drawing a bunch of cards. It's like actually mega busted. I can definitely see some kind of restriction heading towards Gastile. And they can probably like unrestrict some awful like stand triggers that they just haven't unrestricted at this point.
Yeah. The other
Like
thing
reference.
is that we didn't predict last time we had a ban list was the sheer amount of erratas that we received. So we'll probably see some erratas, I imagine, for something.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
they might just errata Zazan rather than ban it.
I could see a Zazan errata where it needs to be called from hand, or your deck has to play a certain number of vanilla units, like a high number of vanilla units, because like if you're playing a normal vanilla deck with Cyclone and the Order and Zazan, it's actually reasonably fair. But when you put Zazan in with cards that have text, it tends to break everything. That's what I think is going to happen in Premium. Maybe they could unban Katarina, please.
Oh, they don't need to do that.
Yeah, they could do something with Anger Blader as well.
Are you
They could
still
always, like,
stuck with the
errata.
Neonectar cards?
I'm going to rebuild it into Asher when the set comes out. Don't worry.
That's all we need.
For-
More cards
for
to make
sta-
Neonectar better if they unban
For
that card.
standard, I don't think they'll be unrestricting Anger Blader.
They should do something with it. It's like it's. I don't think they should I think they should unrestrict it, but also like errata it at the same time.
I think they're probably just going to leave it as is as a one-of, because Gaia, like, they're going to be starting reveals for set 10 soon, and that's got Tachi supporting it. So it's probably
That's
fine.
fair,
And hey,
yeah.
even if you only have one, Tachi's going to be getting their grade 3 searcher, so you'll have more chance of finding it anyway. I could see
Yeah, true.
them maybe bringing Shiryuki back to like 2 copies. Dorian can stay at 1, because of something that got revealed today.
I mean, I think Dorian wouldn't work properly because of Venus anyway, would she?
We'll get
So
onto
they
that
might.
later and my thoughts on that.
Okay.
I think that what else is like restricted and standard?
Not much.
It's just Dorian, Angerblader, and Shiriki, right?
Well, there's the Monster Frank guy.
Oh yeah,
whatever it
those
is, and
bands.
Hardleg.
Now that we know what Sharrett does, the hard leg can stay banned. That thing is insane.
That makes complete sense.
And Flanger, I'm fine with Flanger being banned as well, just because that card says you're not allowed to play the game.
Yeah.
And Vanguard is already notorious for not having enough interaction, but a card that literally says you are not allowed to play the game should probably not be in a game.
Yeah.
But yeah, for standard, I think if we're going to see any bans or anything like that, I could see them maybe bringing Vanquisher down a little peg. You know, maybe a restriction on Jaggy Shot, because Jaggy Shot is genuinely the busted card in that deck. It's not. It's not Vanquisher at all.
Is Jaggy Shot the other grade 3?
Jaggy Shot's the grade 3 that goes into Soul. Yeah.
The difficulty that Bushiroad have got is that they've released all this new stuff in the last couple of months, and still the best decks of the game are Revon and Narukami. And I think that's one of the things that they've got to address, and that's probably what the ban list is going to address. They're going to say, you've had your year or so of having a really broken deck. Now we need to let somebody else have a turn.
I mean,
at the same time,
Vanquisher's been out like less than 6 months though.
Yeah, but Narukami were good before Vanquisher came out.
At least it's G-Boot decks that are like the top decks. It's not like Gansalot or something.
Yeah.
What do you mean? We need Gansalot to be good.
No, Gansalot's an old card. It's not a G-Boot card. It needs to be Altmile if it's going to be a royal.
Altmile.
No, because they care about selling the MLB legend decks.
Yeah, but MLB is not a G-Boot, is it? That's the problem. If they bring out Blaster Blade Exceed, then I'll care. But MLB is not a reboot.
They're not going to bring out Blaster Blade Exceed for a long time, if they ever do.
But yeah, I could see them. I think that Jaggy Shot definitely needs a restriction to 1 because it is the best card in that deck. It's the thing that lets Vanquisher do all of its stupid stuff consistently. Because normally, like if you have to hard ride Vanquisher and then you don't have another copy in hand, it's kind of dealable because it needs a grade 3 in the soul. And the only ways that you're soul charging is with Bajan or with just having a Jaggy Shot, which then says, I'm going to turn on all of your stupid stuff for your Vanquisher next turn and then just kill you. So that's fun.
Sounds really balanced.
I think Rev... Go ahead.
Just going to say it all sounds very balanced to me. I don't think it's an issue.
I think that Revon is probably fine. Like Revon has kind of a rough matchup against Messiah. It's got kind of a rough matchup against the Cross. It's not super good from what I've seen against Susanoo, but I'm not sure if Susanoo is that good. It looks like it's not going to have a super amazing matchup against DI. I think Revon, like where it is probably fine, and they don't really want to slap a restriction on something. I mean, if they did, it would just be we're gonna neuter Aquaforce a little bit. Now play Thavas and Lambros when they come out in like 3 months.
Yeah, the difficulty when you're releasing new support is if the deck's already out, it's the best deck of the game. When you release that new support, there's no reason for people to buy it. And I think that's one of the difficulties Bushiroad's got to work with.
Yeah, assuming it's not a clan that they really want or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, they only ever like restrict cards out of not important clans. Like, if Luard Shadow Paladin becomes the best deck, they will definitely not touch it to not hurt pack sales. Yeah. But when Angerblader was one of the best decks, they just went. I mean, people aren't really buying this set for Angerblader because it's still fairly cheap. We're just gonna put a hamper on it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's my crazy cracked pot conspiracy theory. The main thing I care about on this thing is if Zazan is going to get in the bin.
He is the most worrying card.
I have tried Zazanless Premium. It is so much fun. I've tried Premium with Zazan, and it makes me want to like do things I'm not allowed to say on this podcast.
But you could be the person playing Zazan.
Yeah.
You could be the Zazan guy. You could be going to every tournament making people quit the game.
The thing is, if you are the Zazan guy, then everybody has to become the Zazan guy, and then every game is the same. It's did you draw Zazan, and then what flavor of vanillas or what other things are you putting in your Zazan deck? It's really boring.
Do you see a problem here, Rowan? I think that sounds absolutely fine to me. Just have everyone being degenerates.
I mean, I'd rather Zazan not be around at all.
Yeah.
Than yeah. I mean, it's like pot of greed. It's this card that should never be in the game.
Except Pot of Greed wasn't reusable, and Zazan is.
Yeah, but you don't draw 2 of Zazan.
Yes, you do. You literally draw 2. The card literally says draw 2 cards.
True. Okay, let's move on. Sleeves. I won't be ordering any of these because I don't care about any clans. But maybe Rowan wants some, and maybe Belf wants some.
No, I don't like oversleeves anymore. I've decided. I might if I was going to get some, I'd literally just throw them on my extra deck or markers or whatever. I'm never going to put character sleeves on my main decks anymore. It just doesn't feel right.
Okay.
They don't feel nice at all. My cards are always foggy, and I can't look at how pretty they are.
Gridora looking like a snack, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they are pretty sleeves. Like those Luard with light blue looks really nice, to be honest.
Don't get what they're doing with Rising. He looks kind of weird. Like just the pose looks kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really like the Fanbuster Overlord ones, to be honest. I like the artwork, but I don't like the black. I get that it's supposed to be his colors and everything, but I don't like the black on it. I think shadows need a light color to contrast them a bit.
Makes sense.
The cards there.
Yeah, sleeves. These are the VRs.
These
from
are the
set 10.
sleeves. Well done. Reveals.
Does anyone ever like the sleeves? Like, are they ever something people go out to buy?
Yeah.
I've
yeah,
bought a
if
couple
it's
of
like your
sleeves.
favorite card and stuff.
Yeah.
I own a pack of Blaster Dark sleeves, which are like a good 50 quid sleeves now, to be fair. But I still don't use them. I just own them.
I more or less only really care about character sleeves rather than actual unit sleeves.
Yeah, I prefer the ones that are like the Vanguard things, but are different colors. You know, like the actual packs, but they're different colors. Like they actually do look really nice. Or the force marker ones, like the markers that you can get.
Yeah, the only time I've ever used a character sleeve or like a unit sleeve and actually wanted to was when I was playing Nubatama at BCS regionals, and I was playing them in Ezel sleeves, so people would hard mulligan against Ezel, and then I would flip a Nubatama starter and go, okay, time to get dominated, nerd.
That's pretty funny.
Great.
I feel like if the sleeves didn't have like the border and the logo and stuff, they'd be fine. But I don't know. It puts me off them seeing the border and stuff.
Yeah, full art sleeves. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it, for Vanguard?
Yeah.
I think they've done some of those before, but
I feel like I haven't seen any.
Bushy, you can have that idea for free.
But you don't watch our videos.
Thank God.
I mean,
Great.
Yeah.
So, on to the reveals from this week. Rowan, this looks like a reveal that you probably would be more excited about talking about than me.
You realise it's Murakumo, not Nubatama, right?
Yeah, I know, but they're both the same thing, really.
I mean, they're not. I fucking hate Murakumo. But I'll read it out anyway. So it's a rear guard only skill. When it attacks, count plus 1. All of your front row units with the same card name as this get plus 5k. So it's a Hyuga guy.
It's Miyomaru, but worse, because it costs a counterblast.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Miyomaru does exactly the same thing, but costs a soul blast, so it's just infinitesimally better. I mean, it might be worth playing this as a fifth copy of Miyomaru in Hyuga, but I don't think that this is super hot.
This would also be the budget version, right? Because Miyamoto is not exactly cheap or easy to get right now.
Right now, but it is getting reprinted in the Festival collection that is coming out over here.
Also,
So-
Hyuga is not going to be the best version of Murakumo when this comes out anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
I mean, have you seen Yasui? It's a bit meh. Unless we get something that
I'm
makes...
talking about Dueling Dragons. Dueling Dragons seem better than Yasui and Hyuga at the moment.
I don't know. I'm fine
think
with them supporting dedicated builds.
Yeah.
Like the same reason why we got that new Arrestor and stuff like that. It's for a specific build. This is for the specific clone build, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I mean, if they print another thing that lets you inherit names or pass names around, then we're onto something. But this is it's playable. It's not the greatest rare I've ever seen in a set.
Yeah, it's also just a rare, so it's not. It's
Yeah.
never going to be particularly amazing anyway, is it? It's very rare that we get rares that are like just insane. You need 4 of them no matter what. Usually
Dorian.
doubles or triples. Dorian's at 1.
I know,
man.
but it was a rare.
Still don't need 4 of it anymore, do you?
But that was the point. It was so good. It was such a good rare. You needed 4, and then they had to restrict it.
Like I said, I didn't say it wasn't. It didn't happen. I said it's very unlikely. All right, dickhead.
Lovely.
All right,
Let's move on. Talking about love. Succubus of pure love. Wearing lots of clothes. So is she wearing clothes, or is she wearing like a pair of stockings over an entire body?
That
I
one.
think that's
It's
called
like
a bodysuit. I don't know. Girls are
Yeah,
gross.
it's like, is it Skakath? Something like that from Fate. One of the Fate things.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she wears very similar ensemble like that.
An ensemble. Oof. Look at you using big words. Let's read the
So,
effect.
yeah,
Continuous. Oh, you go. Do you want to go? Go on, Belf, love. You do it.
All right. So her first skill is non-GB1 darkness. This unit gains 5k, and then the second ability is the grade 3 searcher thing. This thing basically has darkness, which is fine. It was how Gasteel always played. It's how DI has always played. You have to play 4 copies of this in your Darker regular deck.
Yeah, the first effects never really matter, do they? It's basically just if you're playing this card, it's pretty much always just got plus 5k. Like these,
More or
all
less.
these researchers are always. It's always the first skill that's always crazy easy to pull off.
Yeah,
Basically.
it's usually if you're playing your deck correctly, this is a 13k unit.
Yeah, it might
Which
as well
is
just be
fine.
if you drew for your turn, this card gains 5k.
Yeah, I mean it's especially in DI.
Yeah.
Like there are some of the grade 3 searchers that turn themselves on, like Steam Breath Dragon and the Alt Mile one as well. Sisyllus can turn itself on on turn 1 when you have no face-up damage because you have no damage. But I don't think they really care about you having a 13k attack at turn 1. I'm fine with them printing this. Like
Turn
every
one,
clan
you're
is
going to
get
no guard
one.
anyway, aren't you? Let's face it.
Yeah, more or less. So it could be a bajillion power. This isn't Star Road. Nobody cares about how many crits they have.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Lovely.
this is fine.
But that art though, so good.
It does look pretty. It's going to be it's
Money
definitely
SP.
going to be a really pretty card. Yeah.
Yeah. People are going to run this no matter how good it is because it looks nice.
Yeah. It does help that it is obviously like a guaranteed. You need 4 of this card.
Yeah.
That
Lovely.
does kind of help this effect.
Stone Framer. Auto, when placed from Sol onto Rearguard Circle during your turn, one of your Vanguards gains 10k.
So when you suck this thing in with NLK or Number of Terror, it makes your Vanguard bigger. This is very okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if this was when this card is put into your soul, period, one of your Vanguards gains 10k power. It's pretty good.
So like Soul Charger
it-
from deck as well.
Yeah. It unfortunately doesn't do that. And it unfortunately only says during your turn, so there's no G-Guard shenanigans you can do. Which is a shame, because that would be quite nice.
This is one of those cards you look at though, you're like, this is clearly a card designed to be a rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, he's a very pretty man, I suppose.
Yeah. That's what you're into, Rowan?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, yeah, I suppose.
it's
Why not?
Vrukalakis, but they took out the best bit of text on Vrukalakis, which is the countercharge.
You don't play Vrukalakis anymore anyway, do you?
Exactly. I mean, you might play like some number of this, just because you can suck it in with Number of Terror and No Life King. But other than that, I don't really think this is that good. I mean, you can call it out with Gilderai and then pull it back in, but that does not seem very good.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's not really worth it.
Oh no, maybe there's going to be something else that's like sucks in units and that makes this really good, like sucks in and then pulls out, and then we have all sorts of problems in premium and phrasing.
I mean, if this was a Pale Moon card, it'd be sick.
Yeah.
I mean, DI is basically Pale Moon at this point.
Yeah.
Or they'd just be like, in latest Pale Moon, it'd just be like, oh, this got put into my soul. Also, I just ended my turn, so my Vanguard gained 10k and then lost 10k.
Yeah. Cool. Next card. Card dealer Jacqueline. Is that Jacqueline? Oh, that's Jacqueline, right?
Yeah, she was the trial deck holofoil.
Ooh.
The ones that they were always all the trial hellfiles were always attack, can't blast one, soul blast one. As long as it was boosted, do some shit.
Yeah.
So this is
This
that. Basically,
this was the one from the original Harry trial deck, right?
Yes.
And it's
Okay.
lovely. Ooh. So I'll read the effect. Vanguard or Vanguard Circle, when placed, counterblast one. Look at 7 cards on top of your deck. Reveal up to 2 Law Pigeon Pop cards, or cards with Magia Doll in their name, from among them, and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. If you reveal 2 cards, put a card from your hand into your soul.
This is really good.
Yeah, it seems really good.
This is awesome. So the one thing that, like, the one problem Harry had was, if you don't see the bird to call out the dragon, it's very hard to win the game. This takes one of those steps out. Also, this isn't when placed from hand, so you can actually resolve this a bunch if you can countercharge a bunch.
Yeah.
If you're playing Harry, you've got to play 4 copies of this. This card's awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
She's really good.
Again, nice art.
Yeah, nice artwork.
Bushra doing real well with their art lately.
Yeah.
We haven't had a card that looks like the old Nova Grappler tadpole seaman looking thing.
We've not had that, or like an old clay doll mechanic type card or something like that.
Yeah, Claydol Mechanics art has never really been
Did it
particularly great.
Did it age well? Did not age well.
Yeah, I like that this also lets you take a piece that you have from your hand and put it straight into the soul if it isn't a Magia doll with its own Guardian Circle put into soul requirement.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. Like you can immediately put the dragon into your soul if it's stuck in your hand, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lovely.
This card is very playable.
Very playable. Next card. Talking about playable and talking about crap art. This is Gentile Opener. Now, Gentile like gentlemen or Gentile like foreigners to Jews? Because there's 2 different meanings of the word. You can decide
I
which
think
one
it's
to use.
supposed to be gentle.
Like gentle.
Yeah, because he's holding a flower and he's
He
not
is.
like.
But it's not
damaging
very
the flower.
gentle because he does 2 crits.
He
Yeah,
does.
but he doesn't have much power, so he's gentle and he stabs you. I guess.
I found out today how little Max pays attention to the game because
Yeah,
he saw this and he was just like, "Oh, what's this grade 2 with 5k
3K
shield and 3k attack? What is this? Why does this exist?"
Yeah, I had a reckon.
You realize it has 2 crits.
I
Right?
didn't notice that on any of these cards before.
Is this
Yeah.
a Pale Moon or a Dark Irregulars card?
I believe this is Pale.
I mean,
so it's an opener.
they're-
So it's
they're
the
both-
opening the
Yeah, it's
show.
Pale Moon.
I mean, they're both going to have like.
They're both going to get one of these,
card.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Pretty much.
is it all protect again these, or have some
I
skills got them
think
as well?
Excel clans have had these as well because there's like
Okay.
the Tachi one that you actually play in premium is like a one-off.
Yeah. So everything except Force is getting these 3k crit 2s then basically.
Yes.
That's probably a good thing not to give these to Force, to be fair.
I mean, yeah,
so-
nobody would use Force 2 anymore. Everyone's just like sick. Just power up this column and I'll just call this two crit guy.
Yeah.
This seems very okay if you can put guard restrict on your front row in premium and then like swing with this with guard restrict and then restand it with like an inherited gas steel skill. It's probably kind of good, but that sounds like you are putting in way too much effort for a dumb meme.
It's also still Pale Moon, so you can't use Gas Steel skill on it.
Yeah, but I mean like when we talk about the like when the Dark Regulars one comes out as well. In Pale Moon, this is even worse.
I mean, yeah, it's not great. You wouldn't play that basically.
You'd play it if you were bad.
I mean, yeah. I also just realised that I asked about it being protect only, even though it's a Pale Moon card and Pale Moon's Excel.
Pale Moon is Excel, which becomes
clearly
important when we talk
really
about other
good at
cards
this
later. Yep. Great. Move
Right.
on. Okay, so we've got Inexhaustible Stealth Rouge Tokitsui?
Took it today.
Tokitsui? Suni? I don't know.
You're
No
not
one
very
else going
good
to
at-
call out that he didn't pronounce rogue correctly.
Rogue.
What did he say? Did he say Rogue?
Rouge.
No.
Well, I'm quite middle class, so I like to go to Cafe Rouge, which I can't go to anymore, so it's closed down now because of the lockdown.
God damn it.
So yeah, this guy's a grade 1 continuous rearguard skill. This unit gets plus 5k for each of your other circles that has this card on it. So it's another Huga card, basically.
It's another Huga card. You
Well,
can
it's a
copy
Huga-
this with Metamorph
Huga
Ox for fun and
booster.
profit.
Yeah, I suppose. It's a Huga booster though, which is pretty cool. This card is obviously I'd say this is like a 4 of in Huga.
I think it's a one-off because you can just grab it when you need it, and then whenever you call something else with Hyuga, this will get massive because they'll all become Hyuga.
Assuming your opponent can't touch it, yeah.
Although, no, this is even worse because this only gains 5k power for each copy of itself, not things with the same name. And then when Hyuga makes everything the same name, it makes everything Hyuga. So this won't work.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
So unless they print something that lets you give things on your board other units' names, this is really bad.
Yeah, because like best case scenario, you've got 3 of them in the back row, maybe one of them on an XL, and they're all 20k. So the most you can get to really is 20k, unless you're, like you say, metamorphing, foxing, whatever it is.
I mean, to be fair, it'd be bigger than 20k because each one would have the same skill.
Yeah, but they only give them to themselves. So if you got 4 out, it'll be 20k.
I thought that these passed around to each other.
No.
I've played against Melody.
They don't give everything plus 5k.
Playing against Melody too much. Flashbacks.
I mean, it's not an awful card. You can do stuff with it. I suppose you could play it in the, is it Mandala Lord build?
Yeah.
I suppose you could play in that build.
Yeah, that great
if you
build.
wanted to play that build. I mean, you can play that in the thingy fight, can't you?
I was about to say, this is probably good in limited fight with Mandala Lord and Metamorphox.
I have still never played a game of limited fight.
It's just Pauper, though, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's double rare or lower. I would actually highly recommend it. And I'm going to keep shilling this format until people play it, because it's actually really fun.
Well, we know what your next video is going to be then. Pauper.
Oh, what the hell, yeah.
Pauper Kagero deck.
To be fair, with the amount of like random double rares I own, I could probably make some pretty sick Pauper decks.
I mean, limited fight Kagero is pretty good.
Well, you can play the Draconic Overlord from the trial deck, can't you? Stuff like that.
Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah.
You can also play, like, Dual Axe Lava Dragon. Airmo and Sable are both getting reprinted as in the Festival Collection, so those just became legal.
Yeah.
Yo, I can play fucking Blaster Shadows. Just playing all my Blaster Daggers and my Blaster Axes and everything.
And technically, you can play Phantom Blaster Dragon as well, because it got that Japanese trial deck print.
Yeah, which we never got in English.
But it still makes it legal, because I think it's going off Japanese printings.
Oh, okay.
For set legality. Yeah. So Alfred is legal in the format as well, both Alfreds.
Ooh, both of them?
Except,
what, Monarch?
No Monarch.
You mean early. Okay, so Monarch's actually Alfred being legal would be absolutely crazy. I
mean, because of the MLB deck as well, like Tristan's legal.
Well, MLB's low shot is Vanguard rare.
Common.
No, it's 3 Vanguard rares, 1 SG.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't play MLB.
Yeah, I mean, Tristan's legal, so is...
Tristan's legal. You could play... we're getting off on a tangent now. But you could play the old MLB, because the old MLB got printed as a common in the manga.
I think limited fight is V cards only.
Oh.
Right,
But
let's move on.
Okay.
We can do a different video about limited fight.
God, look out for the limited fight podcast.
Look out for the thick boy, racking Frank Heaney.
That sounds weird, but okay.
He's the thick...
Is he just here to replace the Frank-looking guy that we got rid of?
He's here to beat up Aquaforce. He's here to beat up Aquaforce. Can you not see?
Dude, he's literally beating up Aquaforce.
Yeah. So this guy, when he plays from drop zone, Count Blast 2, he gains plus 25k. Pretty cool. Count Blast 2, pretty heavy cost.
Yeah, there needs to be some really good counter charging going on to make this viable.
I mean...
So it becomes a 34k attacker.
Grand Blue does have pretty good counter charge. Because they have Cutlass and... They have another counter charger that its name escapes me.
So, talking about stuff that'd be good for limited fight, a common that becomes 34k on Rearguard Circle seems pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, limited fight Grand Blue is also pretty good.
Yeah.
So cool. Skull Dragon, anyone?
True, yeah.
I mean, the difficulty of this is that it's going to be finding space in your deck for it, isn't it? With all the new stuff that's coming out. And the fact that it doesn't have anything to do with treasure markers.
It's not going to fit in 7C's deck. It's unlikely it'll fit in the Night Rose deck.
If Night Rose doesn't counterblast, and then like nothing else in the deck counterblasts, you might be able to get away with playing one of this.
Yeah. I mean, you could play 4 of it at that point, but it's just...
play 4 of it and get the skill off twice in the entire game.
Yeah, basically. But obviously, you would still... If you've got space, be playing Cutlass or maybe the other counter charger.
It's a funny thing though, isn't it? Because
doing stuff.
Nearly every card in Vanguard nowadays is Counterblast 1. You barely ever see cards that aren't Counterblast 1 nowadays.
Yeah, this is why the power elixir in the new trial decks is trash.
Yeah.
Because it's Counterblast 2. If it was Counterblast 1, it'd actually be pretty damn playable.
But the new book, whatever it's called, the grade 3 book is actually really good in a bunch of decks that only play 4 grade 3s.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
both of the gear decks play on the 4 grade 3s, don't they?
Yeah, like I've seen people playing it in like Susanoo, people are playing it in Blade Master. I've seen people playing it in Nova Grappler Heroes because you only want to play 4 Spinning Valiant anyway. I've seen people playing it in like Asura Kaiser because it still counts as a grade 3.
If you're playing Spinning Valiant, you've already lost the game, either way.
To be fair, that deck does not counterblast a lot, and you can just draw.
That deck does not counterblast. Spinning Valiant is counterblast 4.
That's the only thing. That is literally the only thing that counterblasts in that deck.
It definitely still counterblasts a lot. That is the term of a lot. Like that is what a lot means.
You just ignore that, and you like win the game with actual card advantage.
Yeah, but what else does Spinning Valiant do? Is that not his only skill?
It makes the rest of your rear guards like unattackable, and then you just give your Vanguard extra power. Easy.
Okay, I was just gonna say you might as well just not play Spinning Valiant at that point and just play Mr. Invincible instead. Wait, we don't have a Mr. Invincible yet, do we?
No, for some reason.
I was just thinking because it's a hero. I don't even know what else that deck does. Again, we're going off on a tangent. Let's move on.
It's like two parents argued over which day they're going to get their children on when they're getting a divorce today. We're on to the promos. So these are the shop participation promos, right?
Yeah, I think these are part of a promo pack or a ticket redemption campaign. So we will more than likely see one of these as the sneak peek promo for the set in English.
Yay!
Yeah,
so
it's probably going to be the Pale Moon one because it's
the silver fun,
the most playable.
Yeah, pretty playable. So
yeah,
I'll let one of you guys read one of these out.
I'll read out the silver form. Guardian Circle, never a good start. When placed from hand, you can call a card with silver form in its card name from your soul to Guardian Circle. So that's pretty good. I thought it was going to say Guardian Circle. When this card leaves the Guardian Circle, put this into your soul. That's what they normally say.
Yeah,
that's all right.
It's a 25k shield, but it does mean that it's a grade 1 that you're probably not going to want to call to the field.
Also,
and it take a silver thorns out of your soul, which you kind of don't want.
That you can immediately get out the Silverthorn starter that has 10k shield. There are Silverthorn V triggers for this.
Yeah, not a heal trigger though. If there was a Silverthorn heal trigger, that'd be pretty cool. Because then it could be a 30k shield.
I think they are probably printing the Pale Moon heal in this set as the Silverthorn one.
Is there supposed to be one?
I think there is.
Did they get new heals in set 8? Did Kagura get a new heal?
Yeah, we got Protect Orb and
okay.
Late Joker got the one with the heart, remember?
Right, okay, yeah, most likely they will actually get a Silverthorn heal then.
Yeah, also because this is a Silverthorn and it has like a specific archetype thing, this is like inherently playable because you can put a copy of it into your soul straight away with Irina.
Yeah, but you can't use its effect.
You can get it out of your soul as well.
Yeah, but not to a point where you can use its effect. At that point, it's just an 8k vanilla with Silverthorn.
I think there's a thing. I think there's something that lets you put it into your hand from your soul.
Okay, if you can do that, then great. If you can just add a card from your soul to your hand, that's great. Assuming that you haven't got like the 35 crit in there, 35k crit, or a better guard, which would just be inherently better than this.
Yeah, but I think it's only Silverthorns and they don't have a Silverthorn PG. Anyway, let's get back on track and talk about the Grand Blue promo. On rear guard, when it attacks, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, you mill the top card and it gains 10k battle power until the end of the battle, and then at the end it retires itself. This is not very good.
He looks like Davy Jones took the keto diet a bit too well.
I was going to say it looks like Davy Jones on meth. But I like your analogy better. It's more child friendly.
If this didn't need a grade 3 Vanguard, this might be a pretty good early rush tool. And it would help set up your graveyard. It would be an 18k attacker and then it would retire itself. But as it stands, this is not very good. If Grand Blue was Excel and you could call this to an Excel circle, have it be 28 and mill 1 every single time, it would be pretty good. But as it stands, like if this was on boost, it would probably be even better. But as it stands, it's just not very good.
No. Seems a bit poo.
Sad
They're probably going to give
faces.
this to us as the sneak peek promo because Bushy Road actually hates us.
We'll make it foil as well. Just you wait. Just you
That
wait.
is all the sneak peek promos.
Just you wait.
They're all
Just you wait to see these shiny tentacles.
Oh god. Not ready.
Not ready. Next slide is. Oh, we're on to the good reveals now. So this is Silverthorn Handle Grip Linnea or Linnea.
Linear.
Linnea. 8k grade 1. We're off to a good start. Normally that means it's quite good. It's a rare. Auto/rear guard. When it attacks or boosts, Soul Charge 1, and this unit gains plus 5k. That is amazing. As far as kind of not having any costs to it, because it's literally attack, you get Soul Charge against power. So it's
And it's a Silverthorn.
It's still fun. Issue is, it's not a grade 2 with 10k. If it was a grade 2 with 10k, I might be a bit more excited about it. Because
I mean, if it was a grade 2 with 10k that said when it attacks or boosts and doesn't have boost, that'd be pretty interesting.
oh yeah, I've
That'd be a
misread.
bit weird
I saw
future-proofing.
the fact it says boosts. I missed the boosts when I was reading it. My brain missed the boosts, but the fact it boosts means that it's the
It's pretty
dogs.
solid.
It's the dog's testes.
It's pretty good, yeah. It's, again, gorgeous artwork.
I
They're
think
doing really well with these artworks for this set.
I think that's a 4 of, in my opinion.
100% it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like this, like Dark Irregulars has to play a card. Like, are you familiar with Yellow Bolt?
Yep.
Which has to attack a grade 2 or higher to get a soul charge and gain 5k. This doesn't, and works on Vanguard.
Stop.
And that's a triple rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a normal rare. I think that you pretty much have to play 3 or 4 copies of this just because it sorts you in the early game. And now it gives you 2 really good rides because you can ride this or you can ride Irina right at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
agree.
not having to like ride starting presenter for soul charge, not having to ride Brassy Bunny. Just having 2 solid first turn ride targets makes this deck like infinitely more consistent.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Actually makes me want to play it.
The more ride targets for every grade is better in a deck, I've noticed. Like, I've been playing Angel Feather recently, and they've got like 2 decent ride targets for like both grade 1 and grade 2, and that like it just makes the deck so much more consistent. It's great.
Yeah, play
With
3 or 4 copies of this in Silverthorn.
Play 4. Next card. Silverthorn Diva. Salviva.
Sylvia.
Salvia.
It's like Sylvia, but with an E7 eye.
We're going to call it Salviva Vava. Grade 2, 9k. Auto/Vanguard. When placed, Counterblast 1. Choose up to 2 cards with Silverthorn in their card name. Not named Silverthorn Diva Salviva. Salvia. From your soul. And call them to rear guard. This card also seems pretty nuts.
Yeah. I mean, Counterblast 1 put it
Counterblast 1.
Just
Counterblast 1's call 2 units.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good. Oh, it's a triple. Okay, that explains why it's pretty damn good.
Yep.
Okay. Also, it's Silverthorn's first Harpy Lady, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Harpy Lady 7.
She's give you that little
Salviva.
wink.
Living Selviva
Yeah.
Loca.
But they have given her chicken toes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
They
Being
could be-
able...
Rowan,
No.
Rowan, if that's what you're into, mate, that's what you're into. No judgment in
Hey,
this
I've
podcast.
got a very specific kind of foot fetish. Right?
I'm so scared. So anyway, back onto the card discussion and not about Rowan's foot thing. So this being able to call out whatever you rode on grade 1, like you will pretty much always have targets for this if you ride it. You will have the Silverthorn starter and you'll have whatever Silverthorn grade 1 you rode. Like if you ride the one we just talked about, you get to soul charge 1 back. If you rode Irina, you could use Irina to put specific cards in. And this works on your grade 3 turn as well, but we can talk about that later. You can use this like with original Luquier to call it out of soul, and original Luquier doesn't fill to the back row, I don't believe. While so this, you can call this out with Luquier and then use this to fill your back row and actually give you boosters rather than just a bunch of normal attacks.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn good.
Again,
The
adding more ride targets to Pale Moon.
Yeah, because
I can't remember what Irina or the other triple rare grade 2 do, so I'm kind of looking for my Pale Moon deck to read them.
it's the grade 2 doll with the funny colored sword, right?
Yeah, Marionette Lillian. So she's also a Vanguard Rearguard skill.
Yeah, you want to ride her or ride this, and
So
you
should
also
I
have like Barking Dragon Tamer as well.
He's not a good ride target, but yeah.
I mean, you probably just replace him with this. But yeah, just more like they could print clones of other mediocre cards, and they would probably be playable because they have Silverthorn names.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I was still at the point where when I was playing Silverthorns, it was probably incorrect, but I was playing 4 fronts just because they had the name.
I think I play 4 fronts. Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I play
I know you're supposed to play
four of
crits,
these.
but I wanted name consistency.
I'm literally playing Rainbow Triggers in my build just because of name consistency.
Good. Well, let's move on to the big card of the stream. It's Silverthorn Dragon Empress Venus Luquier.
Oh, she's so beautiful.
Yeah.
She's not a grade 4 anymore, thank God.
Yeah. Should we call her Venus Luquier so we can mispronounce this one as well?
She was a grade 3.
No, I'm pretty sure she was the.
She's a grade 4 stride. She's a grade 4 stride.
No, she got a normal Venus Luquier before that though. I think.
You're
I think
thinking?
she got a
Are you
grade
not
3
thinking about
Venus
Luquier reverse?
No, before that she got a Venus Luquier. It's a grade 3.
Let's have a look.
Hang on, let me get me Google on the go.
Let me get. I think you're probably right.
Right,
Oh yeah.
15.
So there's Silverthorn
Yes,
Empress Venus Luquier, Silverforce Master Venus Luquier, Master's grade 4, and Dragon Empress is the grade 3, right? Is that the white one? Oh yeah, I remember this. Set 15.
Yeah, Silverthorn Dragon.
Oh, Rowan, you're so good at remembering old cards.
Thanks.
So, continuous on Vanguard Circle. During your turn, if all of your front row rearguard circles have units, all of your front row units get power plus 5k. Pretty good.
Already really good. Yeah.
Auto Vanguard Circle once per turn. Cost Counterblast 1. Discard a card from your hand and call any number of cards with Silverthorn in their card name from your soul to your front row. At the end of the turn, you have cost. You have 4 or more rear guards and put all of your rear guards into your soul and get a Imaginary Gift XL. So
I found
so
where
that's
Dorian went.
yeah. So that's punch them in the face, then protect them all by putting them inside Mummy.
Yeah, exactly. I when I saw it on the stream, I didn't realize that it was front row that you had to call them to. I thought it would just call them to rear guard, which explains what happened on the stream because he did leave a back row rear guard circle open, and that really confused me.
Okay.
But yeah, this does seem really good. It would obviously be better if you didn't have to call them to the front row, but you can always just call them to front row and then move them back and put your actual front row units there if you need.
Yeah.
Or you could call out the grade 2 and then use that to fill your back row by calling 2 grade 1s.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
This card is really really good.
You can very easily play 4 of this and 4 of the original Luquier, and it doesn't really matter which one you ride first. Actually, I think you'd want to ride this one first to get the Excel gift, and then you could ride normal Luquier as a finisher.
Yeah.
How different is normal Luquier from this effect?
I mean,
I can't
this
remember
is kind of giving me Soen vibes and stuff like that. Like, they're just taking previous VRs, making them better, and then reselling them. But I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the power creep's happening, it doesn't matter. As long as we're keeping cards up to date and playable.
And it's a fan favorite.
I mean,
so
the
it should
other
be
nice
good.
thing about this is
better than normal Luquier.
the original Luquier for V series was Counterblast 2, right, rather than Counterblast 1.
Yeah, Counterblast 2 and discard a card. So same discard a card skill.
Yeah.
But normal Luquier can call them to
Back
wherever
row.
they want,
Yeah.
like everywhere. Yeah. But also they only gain 3k with normal Luquier, while they gain 5k from this.
I mean, the difference between 3 and 5, I don't know if it's that relevant. And you have other ways of building power in Silverthorn, don't you?
I don't think much. I don't think they actually have much things. That
And
can
I know
give
that you can build power with the
you've got your
grade
Rising
2
Dragon.
Marionetta.
Yeah, she gives herself 10k. The Marionetta.
Yeah.
Rising Dragon gives itself 10k.
I mean, I think you just play 4 new Luquier and then 4 old Luquier because it's close enough that you can probably just afford to play both.
Right. I may be looking for just another option because I really don't want to get some old Luquiers because they're still 20 quid each. So I'm looking for just like a shit rare that'll do.
I mean, if you want to play Comicality Dragon, be my guest.
Yo, it's Comicality Chimera, and I am already playing one. Right.
Yeah.
Grade 3s without gifts are actually weirdly good. as well.
Well, they have to balance them, don't they?
Yeah, they just make them insane. Just you're not allowed to. You just don't ride them or you lose, basically.
Yeah. I mean, the
Hi,
cheapest,
my name's Violence Flanger, and welcome to Jackass.
the cheapest
Yeah,
Luquier,
and also the Noob and Tama one that just makes your opponent discard their entire hand. That guy's pretty cool.
the cheapest Luquier currently on eBay for us, for people in England, is from France, and including shipping, it will cost you a total of £40 each.
Exactly. That's why I'm looking for a different grade 3 that you can.
Bagging.
There will be like a grade 3 rare.
You want to play Golden Beast Tamer, so I can sell you my SVR. That's what you want to do.
How's about now?
I mean, Pale Moon did have a playable grade 3 rare.
Yeah.
I mean,
You could play 4
it was a
copies
bit-
of it.
it was a bit more than playable. That was the problem.
Hey,
To
that
be
might come
fair,
back with the next
they,
bad
they
list.
literally took Dorian's skill to suck things in and put it on this.
Yeah, but you don't get to draw the cards.
You
The-
get
the
to
whole
draw
point of
one.
it, you get to draw a card, yeah, assuming that you were smart enough to play XL2 and wanted to win the game. Compared to Dorian, who'd get you 2, maybe 3 cards. She was really good, especially later game. If you could just draw you 3 cards at the end of the turn after you've already done your triple
The
drive.
problem was resolving 2 at the end step and drawing like 5 cards, if not 6.
Oh, is that how it worked?
Yeah, because you could like use one to pull some stuff in, and then with the things that you pulled in, they would then call other stuff out in the end phase, and then your second Dorian would trigger and then suck all of those up, and you'd then get and draw another set of cards because they would both go on standby.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I can see why that card should still stay banned.
It's only at 1, but I mean, to be fair, I don't think you need to really play it anymore because Venus Luquier does its job.
Yeah, it'd be weird. Like, I think it'd be a bit too much choice. If you got Venus Luquier out and a Dorian, you're just like, would I rather have an Axel or draw 2 cards? What, an
No,
Axel
'cause
and
you-
draw a card, or draw 2 cards with no Axel?
I mean, you do both.
I mean, yeah, if you've got those cards that can call the other cards out.
I'm pretty sure that Venus Luquier checks its cost. Like, it checks that you have 4 rear guards at the end of the
No,
turn.
the 4 rear guards is part of the cost. So
No, it's
you have to pay the full cost.
The
at
cost
once
is
if you're
you
actually
have
paying the
four or more rear guards and put all of them in your rear guards.
I'm
So-
pretty sure that this goes on standby at the same time as Dorian.
I don't think it does. Just because it's if you have 4 or more rear guards, that's written in the same part. As
Does
the
that mean
cost.
it only triggers if you have 4 or more rear guards? If you lose your rear guards, they will stay on the board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's pretty
and
interesting.
also you don't have to do it either if you don't want, because it's cost.
Yeah, but I mean, you should do it because you get a free imaginary gift, and
And you protect all your units,
Yeah.
which you can just call out.
I
again
mean,
next
I don't
turn.
know. You could, yeah, XL2. XL2 seems
Oh, definitely XL2.
yeah, XL2.
I mean, XL2 probably.
Drawing an extra 2 cards every turn.
yeah,
If you can.
I mean, the XL2 probably pays for the discard cost you just use to use this thing.
yeah. You are
Yeah.
gonna have to kill. You are gonna have to kill your opponent on your second grade return though, because you are going to deck out so quickly. With how
Yeah.
much soul charging and drawing you're going to be doing, but it shouldn't be hard because this deck is so aggressive. Because
Yeah.
you're not only doing this. Say you call out the Diva, you're getting off like even if you've only got 2 XL circles on the board, you're going to be getting off.
Oh, no.
You're going to be able to get off 10 attacks if you're playing this right.
Yeah.
And plus, it's not going to be hard to soul charge specific pieces because you have Irina, who's like select soul charges you 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then you just have raw soul charge on all your other stuff.
Hmm.
Like, I don't want to call this deck busted or anything, but this is definitely the kind of update that Pale Moon needed to be playable in 2020.
Well, they're not
What-
playable.
What we've seen so far from this set is that the other decks that aren't Harry and Night Rose seem to be better. Like, is that like I think 7C seems better than Night Rose anyway. That might just be.
That's because we don't know what Night Rose does.
Oh, we've not got that yet. That could be why I
mean-
think it's better.
I mean, next week they're probably going to reveal like a skeleton cannoneer that has its old skill without a GB and lets you draw and retire when it's called from drop zone, and then like Night Rose is going to like call stuff on attack or something like that, and then you're going to be like, okay, yeah, Night Rose is better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've only got Night Rose left, haven't we? But there is still 3 weeks left until this set comes out, so
Yeah,
they might drag it out and not bring it out next week. That's the issue.
Night Rose is the last VR. I think that Grand Blue has 1 triple left. I think Murakumo has like 1 double left. I think DI has 1 triple left. and I think Pale Moon has a few doubles left and maybe a triple. I'm not sure how many triples got revealed today. If it's just the one, or if it was two, because they already have. They already have
they've
the
already got
bunny
their bunny
reveal.
as well. Yeah. So we've
Yeah,
had
so
two.
I think
triples
Pale Moon is owed one more if they're going for 11 again.
Yeah.
So who knows? I kind of actually no. They revealed the other. They've already revealed three triples because they revealed the one that searches the bird.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Grand Blue is owed a triple,
Okay.
which is like whatever.
Is that the last card that we've got in this?
It is the last card.
Thing? Is it the last slide, even?
It is
Or
the last slide.
Oh, okay, cool. So I guess that's it for this for the stream anyway. The stream stuff. Is there anything else that anyone wants to talk about?
We should be putting up another premium game in the next few days that me and Rowan had. It's Aquaforce versus.
Might not be getting uploaded.
Why not?
Because it was an awful game. Nobody wants to see that.
Sounds like Rowan lost.
lose?
Sounds like Rowan lost
Yes.
the game.
Right. Okay. So I was playing Premium Glendios, and I didn't draw any of the parts that makes Glendios able to play the game.
Hey, I took upload a video when I was playing my Ganslot deck, and I never
Right.
opened Scandal still up. Do you remember
I'm
that?
currently getting attacked by a cat, so my argument is now gone.
Rowan's changing the subject, bless him. Okay, so this week we might have that video going up. It depends on if we can convince Rowan to upload it.
Hey, I'll just play another game with Glendios where I win, and then we can upload that one.
We're gonna keep playing till I win, and then I'll upload that video.
Exactly.
Okay.
As we saw, I'll do what it takes to win in my latest premium video where I cheated.
Cheat fuck.
Definitely did it on purpose and definitely knew what my cards did.
So we've got that. Rowan's got some Angel Feather deck profiles to do.
I keep on putting that off, but yeah.
I will be doing a Weeby anime video on Saturday. Hopefully somebody will join me for that. If not, they don't. Oh well.
Hopefully next week we can get some like traveling done so we can all play some more in-person games.
Yeah.
Get those uploaded to the channel.
I think that's probably a good shout.
And on the off chance that we can get everyone together next Tuesday, we will do a
in real life podcast.
Yeah, a real life podcast.
Yeah. If not, we might do.
Where you get to see all of our beautiful faces.
Yeah. All of our beards.
And mine.
We'll do beard stream. And every time somebody mispronounces a card name, we'll have to shave the beard off.
I mean, I'm fine with that because I'm clean shaven.
You don't have your beard. Do you? Rowan can't
I'm
grow a
fine with
beard.
that because my spelling is very good.
So, yeah. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this clusterfuck of a podcast. We do it every week. We're probably going to look at inviting some other people onto the podcast at some point. So if you are somebody who's interested in what's going on in the world of Vanguard, do get in touch. That'd
If
be
you're
nice.
a content creator and
If you're a
want
content
to
creator.
work with other content creators, go for
Yep.
it.
And we will see you next Tuesday for more mispronunciations and more claims that every single card in the game is either terrible or completely bust. So until then, we'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.